Now, in the credit card points and miles game, there's a lot of things that we can talk about. We can talk about the cards themselves, the credits, the benefits, all of the amazing things that happen on all of these said credit cards. And the one thing that does get brought up somewhat often is customer service. And it's been a thing over the last few years talking about customer service and concierges and all these different things on whether or not what is worth it and what is not worth it. I just had an experience with American Express recently that just a couple of days ago that I am now forcing myself to talk about. I wasn't supposed to be live, but I'm going to be live now because I said if they were able to get this one thing done for me, American Express, I will make a video about it or I'll go live about it. So that's exactly why we are here today. And so if you're wondering exactly what this is, and candidly, I have to be a little bit over dramatic, so brace with me here. But I said I would do this. So here's the story. Now, a few days ago, of course, we were during, I guess, what you would call Prime Week, right? I think it was the 8th and the 9th. We had some Prime deals. I wanted to finally upgrade my setup after 3.5 years of being on YouTube. There's this camera that I'm filming on right now that it is in my possession. You might see I'm a little bit higher quality. I don't have the right tech to get to 1080p just yet, but here's something that ended up happening. Okay. So during this Prime deals, there's something that you may or may not even be aware of. And it's a way to actually save money. I actually did this exact same thing last year when I got my MacBook. And so it's this deal alert thing right here. So you could see, oh, points guy, save up to 50% on Amazon purchases using just one Amex point. And so this is the special deal. Now, this is October 7th. I think it's still active now. But if you're unaware that this is a thing, now you might be wondering, what exactly is this? So when you go through Amazon and you have a membership reward point card attached, so I've heard gold and platinum card holders and green card holders are fine. I've heard people with the Blue Business Plus, it does not work. So I mean, mileage may vary. I don't know. I don't think those work, but it seems like just the three main charge cards. Now, here's this deal right here. It says get 50% off products sold and shipped by Amazon when you use membership reward points. Maximum discount $80. So I was like, okay, I'm buying this camera that's like $800. I would love to get $80 off, but there was only one issue. The one issue that I saw was that sometimes when you do this, and this is what I had last year, when you I'll just say to actually have this promotion be possible on your account, you have to go on Amazon, add your Amex card, like a green, gold, platinum, to one of your payment options, and then enroll yourself in rewards. I'm not sure if it says it here, but there's a little part that here that says enroll your Amex points. So this way you can use Amex points to pay for your Amazon purchases. It's not the greatest way to do it, but it's a way to be able to unlock this discount. My issue was, well, one, I didn't actually add my platinum card that I got recently. I didn't add it yet. So I had to add that real quick. So I did. And then I had to wait. And eventually I was available for this offer. Now, last year when I did this, it was exactly as they mentioned right here in the article, with just one Amex point. So with 1 point, you can have access to it. So I wish I had a screenshot of it, but when you go through Amazon, it'll be like, oh, use your Amex points to pay for the purchase. You make it just one, literally one singular Amex point, and it'll give you the total discount of $80. I unfortunately got the second type of offer here. Now, I actually had a hybrid. Now, they don't have everything here. I had a hybrid offer. So if you just know that these are different offers. And if you do not get certain offers, you can have your household, your like I had my wife checking. I happen to have this on my account. So I didn't get 15% off. I actually got 40% off when using a minimum of 714 membership reward points. So they say maximum discount 15. For me, it was 60. So I actually had a hybrid between this 80 and this 15. So I actually had minimum 714 membership reward points, maximum discount 60. Okay. Remember that number 714. Now, what ended up happening throughout my escapades of traveling through Italy and Greece and booking some trips out for Japan and Puerto Rico and a million different trips, I ended up spending basically all basically all of my American Express points. Now I'm talking about this because I said I would, and if you are somebody that is in the same situation as me, who's bankrupted themselves for Amex points, here's what you got to do. Now, I only had 258 membership reward points left in my account. 258 is all I had. So you can imagine, my face when I saw 714, where in the past I was so used to just like, oh, 1 point, get your discount. So I was like, I was like 400 and what would you say? So 258 minus 714. I don't know. A bit, basically a little under 500 points under what I needed to get this discount. And I was like, $60 is a lot of money. $60 is paying for all of the accessories I got for this camera, the tripod and the memory card and whatever else I ended up getting. I don't even know. And so what I had to end up doing is I started scrambling. I was like, what? Where am I in the world? Am I going to possibly get these points? Like, oh, I have Rakuten. I have some Rakuten points coming through, right? I have I don't know, I have like 40,000 pending in Rakuten right now, or 30,000 pending in Rakuten. I was like, but the payout's November 15th. I'm trying to get a couple of Prime deals going. I'm trying to get this discount now. And I know in the language it states there's only like a maximum 47,000, which seems like a big number, but I guess it goes fast. 47,000 people that can use that discount of getting $60 off, paying 714 points. So then I thought, okay, I can't do Rakuten. I was talking to Calby, and he was like, well, if I could send you Amex points, I was like, no, it's not possible. You can't send Amex points to another person's account. And I was I was struggling to find out. Now, there was one trick that I did know that I tried. I had heard that you actually, if you chat into American Express, you can actually have them give you your pending points sooner. So let's just say, if you're spending a lot on your Amex Gold card, Forex groceries, you bought $1,000 worth of groceries, who knows, 4,000 points, you're like, oh, I need this amount maybe to transfer for redemption. I heard that if you have points pending, that they can give you those points immediately as like a good faith kind of thing. Sadly, I didn't have any points pending because I had just upgraded to the platinum and I didn't really use it for anything. So as I'm scrambling, trying to figure something out, I was like, man, I don't want to lose out on $60. For me, it's a lot of money. What am I going to do here? So I had remembered that there was a time many years ago when I messed up I had messed up my Amex business checking account where it's like, oh, deposit 5,000 in new money, leave it in there for 60 days. We'll give you like 30,000 members reward points. Some of you may have been there for that video, but I was like, oh, I made a huge mistake. I procrastinated and I didn't send the money out. I ended up asking American Express on the chat feature. I was like, oh, is there anything I could do? Can I extend my business checking so I can get my points back? And they told me basically no. However, since you're such a good customer, and this was after talking for a while, since you're such a good customer, we'll give you like a 1,500 points as like a good faith credit. And I was like, okay. Oh no, sorry. I think it was more. I think it was like 7,500 points as a good faith credit. So I knew that that was possible. I knew that it was possible to chat into Amex and ask them for points, and they will sometimes give it to you, and it's immediate. So what did I end up doing? Like a crazy person. I ended up, let me see if I can put this on camera. I ended up chatting into American Express, and you can hopefully this. Let me see. Yeah, you can see. I said, to be honest, they were like, "What's the issue?" I was like, "They want me to use 714 points. I only have 285. Is there any way possible to give you 500 points in order to qualify for this offer before Prime ends today? I'd be so appreciative if it was possible. Even if I could pay for the points, I was like, I would. Just like I don't care. Like make it 1 cent per point. I'll pay the whatever it is, $5 for the 500 points because I'm going to save 60 on the deal." So what ended up happening after I ended up asking? Well, they actually said something a little bit interesting. Well, they said the one thing that I mentioned earlier, like, oh, I have checked and they see they don't have any pending points on the account that they can kind of give me sooner. However, considering your loyalty in business with us, I can issue 480 points. So they were really trying to play hardball with me. Instead of the 500, they said, I'm going to give you 480. However, it'll take 72 hours for the time to appear. I said, yes, it works. Thank you. Because I knew that those points probably wouldn't take that long. It would probably be instantaneous. And so they did it. They actually ended up giving me 480 points. I think I had like 760. And then I used the 714 on the deal that I mentioned right here, and it ended up getting back about $60 on the deal. And during that whole process, when I was chatting into Amex, I said to myself, I said to my wife, I was like, you know what? If they're able to give me these points and actually I can score the $60, I'll make a video and I'll go live. And I'll just say that the customer service is great. Because if I wanted to, I was talking to Calby that they did it, and he was like, man, could you imagine if you asked Chase or Citi or Capital One? Like, they probably never, I don't know if they would, but Amex is like the easiest one to chat in. And they actually ended up getting it done. So I was like, it's a very rare set. I don't think any of you have as little points as I do. In fact, after actually, so I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh yeah, I know what happened. So I ended up using the 714 points to get my $60 discount. And then I think I opted to use like the rest of my points to get like an extra few cents off, just because I wanted to see how low we can go if I can go to zero. And you could see it as clear as day right here. I am now literally a holder of one Amex point. You guys have never seen anybody who has less membership award points as me. One singular point, baby. One singular point. And that's how it works. And you could see the aftermath of the, let me make sure there's nothing here. Yeah, you could see the aftermath. So I actually had a gift card. You could see it's underlined on one of them. If we can, there we go. Gift card, $34, because I had to pay for Prime to have like more discounts. And then Amex got the 40% off. I got the $60 off. So it turned an $867 purchase, I guess with taxes and fees, whatever. But I ended up saving $60 from that deal because Amex ended up sending me those points. So if there was ever a situation that you were in where you were like me and maybe you had, just one singular Amex point, one is the loneliest number, as John says, and one singular Amex point, and you're a great customer, as we know Anthony Venture is such a great customer. He definitely hasn't canceled his Schwab Platinum and Personal Platinum and his Gold and his Green and his upgraded his card from the traditional Green to the Platinum, and with the intention of downgrading again. Like he's definitely a great customer. And so I guess for my loyalty for being with the program for so long, which I would say, I am a good customer of American Express. All right. I bring them good business, I think. And I definitely love my Hilton cards. And even though I don't care for the big three anymore, green, gold, platinum, I do love my Hilton cards. I've always loved my Delta over the years. So, um, Smart thing says they sound like they loan you the points. They might claw back once the charge was, but yeah, I'm gonna take care. No, man, I've had this happen before. They never clawed that back. I told them what the story. I was so straight up with them. I was like, listen, here's my situation. Can you help me out? And they did. And so yeah, now I'm the proud owner of 1 point. So yeah, if you're ever in that situation, just know you can ask them and maybe you'd be fine. Although I just don't think that there's that many people who are so bankrupt as much as I am. However, I'm waiting on Rakuten because Rakuten's going to pay out a good amount. I'm still trying to figure out is it going to be, should we do a little bit cash back, whenever things come out of pending, or should I do a little bit of points? Probably going to end up doing points. And so we'll see. And I also have like 50,000 points because I took an upgrade offer for spending 2K on the platinum. And do that. Mike Doolin says, did you use the platinum card to pay for it? Yes, I did. I did use the platinum because I do have that minimum spend of $2,000. So I was like, I can hit half of that with the camera purchase and everything like that. So we're good. We're good. So that's my story. That's why I had to do this here. I didn't plan on being live or doing a video on this, but I try to keep to my word. So I said out loud, I was like, to the universe, if Amex gives me these points and I get my $60 off, I will do it. And now hopefully this can help any of you. Like maybe I mean, that's such a weird. When I didn't even read this article when that came up. But it said like minimum, like why 714 points? Like that's such an odd number. So when it popped up, like I was like, oh, I'm accepted. I'm accepted. I'm eligible for the offer. It said 714. I was like, I'm the worst person to show this to. I have 285 in my account. What am I supposed to do? And so let me see if it actually says anything here as well. Oh yeah, you can kind of see how it's broken down when you actually go through there. It's like, oh yeah, if you have 170, use 1 point, you'll get your discount. It'll show it right there reflected. And like I said, mine was 40% discount, but $60 in cash back. And so, excuse me, and also there's some people talking about like goodwill credits and all those different things. So it's possible. So now let me get to you guys and whatnot. So thank you for coming to my TED talk on the most ridiculous like non-thing ever. But maybe it's good to know. Jordy popping, man. Mike Newland, look at that new profile picture. If you guys aren't familiar, last week we know Mike Newland, the community, is the guy who gifts millions of memberships. He's the sole issuer of more memberships than probably anybody on YouTube. I can't imagine anybody who's given more. And so last week, as like a special thing, we ended up making Mike Newland a special new picture, just to just for the guy he is, and now his profile picture is reflecting that. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, Francis, greetings and salutations. What's going on, Francis? Kirby, I've been betrayed. Weren't you not free today, Kirby? Didn't I ask you for this weekend? You said you weren't free. Kirby and I, for some reason, we're playing like phone tag, but with like going live together. And so maybe I'm mistaken. I thought you said you were busy this weekend as well. But anyway, me and Kirby will be live on Wednesday, probably like 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Should be fun. Or maybe I forgot it if I told you a different time, Kirby. I'll have to check it. Calder, I don't know. I just get too much value from the plat to cancel. Might downgrade, upgrade. Yeah, we could definitely talk about that because I actually got an email from somebody who asked me personally. He was like, Anthony, I have a gold and I have a platinum, and I'm really considering canceling my gold because, well, the platinum now, aside from multipliers wise, does everything that I would really want. And so I was like, honestly, just knowing the little that I know about him, I was like, if you're already saying this, then there's probably no room for the gold in your personal wallet anymore. If you're already thinking the thought like, oh, the platinum already does everything, then just cancel it, and get back, whatever it is, 35% of your annual fee and saving 325 for that 900. I think I think that's the way. Points of Philip, what's going on, Phil? Poppin' man, Kirby, woohoo, live time. Appreciate you, Kirby. QC man, what's going on? What's going on? Jordy says the camera's good. So this is 720p. I finally have an actual professional camera after 3.5 years. This is only 720p. I'm waiting on Amazon. They're actually delivering a wire that allow me to go to 1080. So it should be a huge difference from there. But yeah. So yeah. Jordy says mine was a weird 15% off when you use 714 or something like that. Which is, it's something, but it's just a little like a weird number. Like why? Why 714? Why the 714 number? John, what's going on, John? Was that today we were live, right, John? I did a million things today. So yeah, appreciate you, John. Thanks for being here, man. Kiki, I don't know about anyone else, but I hit the like button on the video. Thanks, Kiki. I appreciate you. Excuse me, why did you abandon your only mid-tier card strategy? Lulu Kremen. Okay, so I haven't abandoned it. I don't know. I think I've been somewhat clear, but if I wasn't, and we're 17 minutes in, so maybe the MX reps aren't watching any longer. Maybe they're not watching. I was thinking about doing a whole video. So I got this upgrade. And listen, I don't want to spread indecency. I really don't. But if I have to be totally clear with you guys, this will not stay in my wallet past January. I'm not planning on keeping this past January. The reason is like, I'm doing not great things. I'm trying to get the upgrade offer 50K points. I'm trying to double dip on all the credits and benefits like Lululemon and Saks. I'm going to order an Aura ring here soon. I'm going to use FHR twice. I'm going to use the airline credit twice. And I'm assuming that none of it's going to get clawed back, that I'm going to downgrade this platinum card back to just a regular green, because I don't think the traditional green will be an option any longer come January. So this is like a couple months play to kind of really maximize and get some credits if I don't downgrade at the end of this month. But it's not going to stay. I'm just saying. I don't want to be such a dastardly human being, but I have to be upfront and honest on my plans. Some people say, put that on, behind the, paywall or something like that. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not having, I'm a low down scoundrel, and I understand that my risks are my risks. So I'm just letting you guys know up front what the deal is with the platinum. I already used the Resi credit. I used Saks. Like I'm kind of being a low down scoundrel. So yeah. So, I mean, if things get clawed back, then fine, but whatever. I still have fun with my Hilton cards and maybe Aspire at some point. Like those are kind of worth it. But platinum for me is still not. It's just not. Boxer, what's up, Anthony? What's going on, Boxer man? Boxer. Rel, evening all. What's going on, Rel? Gemini, well. Guess who's back from deployment? What cards have you acquired since May? After 2 years, I finally got the Chase United Club card. Really, Gemini? Very cool. Very cool. Since May, honestly, just all American Airlines cards. Since May, literally, I would say since May, I've picked up a American Airlines Business, American Airlines Personal, Barclays Aviator, and then my wife picked up an AA Business and an AA Personal. So we've, by the time I'm done with American Airlines, I should have close to 4 to maybe 500,000 American Airlines miles. So we'll see. We'll see. But good stuff, man. Kirby, Anthony out here schmoozing the reps. I just figured, yeah, I gotta ask. I had no other option. There's like, there's ways to game certain things. Like if it's Hilton, like if I need Hilton points for redemption, like I can transfer them from Amex, or I can maybe, if I'm crazy, transfer them from Bilt, or there's even I could transfer from a person. I could pay points for somebody to send them over to me, or I could buy those points. American Express can't buy the points, can't transfer them. There's no other third party other than like Rakuten that's depositing into those accounts, and that's on a timely basis. The only things I could think of was if you have pending points balances, they could sometimes make that happen immediately, so you have them, or just straight up ask them for points. And I figured 500 is not. I mean, they could take the 500 point hit. I mean, that's not going to show up in the P&Ls really. I mean, come on. Am I really going to, am I going to ruin everything? Although my wife did say once you talk about this on video, there's going to be thousands of people now asking for 500 points. And then it's going to have an issue to the bottom line. But I guess I ruin everything. Jordan, Amex customer service is top tier. And in this way, man, I got to say, that's why I'm here. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. I said I would do it. I can't see another creditor doing something like this. Pretty cool. Yeah, for real. QC man, Citi would have sent you a verification snail mail letter for no good reason. Yeah. We recently heard of your inquiry to ask for 500 points. Don't ever do this. Don't ever ask us for anything ever again. And I don't want to have to ask twice. So if I have to send another letter, you're going to be blacklisted from Citi. But Amex was like, listen, we'll give it to you. John 1 is the loneliest number. And 2, I'd rather have no points than 1. QC man would rather have no points than 1. How dare you? No, I'm very proud. I'm a very proud owner of one of the few people on earth who have one singular Amex point. How many people can claim that? How many people can claim they have one singular Amex point? I can, and I think it's worth it. Kevin says, what's your biggest trip and how much does it cost? I mean, probably Italy so far. I mean, it was like 1.5 million points, or maybe a little bit less, and like $2,500 out of pocket for all the tours, the food, the taxis, and ferry rides, and all those different things. Which is kind of crazy though, because like my first ever trip without points and miles was down to Florida with my wife when we first met, and it was like $2,500 for the Airbnb and the car rental and food. So it was like the same price as I guess I was a 7-day vacation for stuff that. Or it was like 2,500 without factoring in the food and stuff. It was just Airbnb and car rental and plane tickets, so it's like, it's crazy that the points and miles game allow you to do, 2 weeks in Italy, and those costs can now go towards like the food and the tours, which is pretty cool. But I would say that's biggest so far. Jordan, Jordy, you still holding gold and plat? Nah, gold's done. Platinum, technically yes, but it'll be gone by January, I would say, once I double dip, if I'm going to continue being my dastardly self. Newland, did you have to use the platinum? Yes. Oh no, did you have to use the platinum? No, you don't have to use the platinum. Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. I don't think you have to use the platinum. You just have to use like the singular point or the 714 points, and then you could just switch to another card. But I just wanted to use the platinum so I could hit my whatever. Kiki, I needed 10 Delta Sky Miles one time, so I called the Italian line to ask for a courtesy point offer. Delta told me to kick rocks. Really? Whoa, that's crazy. See, like that's one of those. See, it's like, all right, so maybe I'm not crazy for asking and wanting to do a live about this, because I just thought it was. I don't know, if it happened to me, it has to happen to somebody else. I can't be the only one with no points. And so if you can ask for a couple like that, that's totally worth it. But Delta wouldn't even give you 10 Sky Miles. Now that's being stingy. I mean, I know they're like one of the most, big Delta, their credit cards, one of the biggest ones, for keeping the whole business afloat. But like, come on, just 10 miles. See, that's one of those situations where I would be like, if they gave me 500 Amex points, they can give me 1,000. I can ask for 1,000. I'm trying to get this redemption done. Can you just like give me a quick 1,000 Amex points? Let me transfer it over to Delta and then make that happen. I think I could have gotten 1,000 done. Oh, and Key actually mentioned I instead transferred 1,000 points for Amex and had to pay the excise tax. Yeah, the 0.006%. Unreal. But that's crazy, man. Delta, come on. Caller, I've got 10 KMR points, but 200 Chase points, 500 City, and 101 Capital One. Interesting. How'd you get the 1? Yeah, you have pretty low balances too, man. So I have one membership award point. I have I have one membership award point. I think I have like 25K Chase, Zero City, and 60,000 Capital One. So we're slowly rebuilding. We're slowly rebuilding. I think I have like, what do I have in Hilton? Let me actually check. I think Hilton I have like 3,000. I don't really think I have much. You know what? Oh, yeah, I have 3,000. I have 3,000 Hilton. And I have like no Hyatt or anything, but I have like so much Rakuten coming through. Which, shout out to everybody who has used my referral link. It's down in the or down in the description. Still, I believe, still live. If you go on Rakuten, spend 50 using my link, you'll get $50 back or 5,000 membership reward points. So I got a good amount of referrals from there. So, salute to anybody who did use that, who is watching or watching the VOD. But now that it's a sick payout that'll go to membership reward points, or maybe built. If they can get that going, man, I would love to transfer to some built, because I was really thinking about it. I was like, now that I'm like bankrupt on Hyatt too, after all these redemptions, I'm like, how do I rebuild my Hyatt? Chase is starting to crack down like crazy. I don't know if you've been hearing the news, guys, but like Chase has been, lowering people's business card credit limits. Obviously, it's harder to get approved for more and more of them. People are starting to get accounts shut down if there's like really questionable behavior on the business side, and MSing and all those different things. So like, Chase is definitely cracking down a lot more, and I'm like, I don't know any other good way to acquire a large sum of Chase points for cheap, and then by the same token getting a lot of Hyatt points for some higher redemptions, since I spent so many. And so if Rakuten does allow built in the not so distant future, as we saw that leak, I don't know if you guys saw that leak, but if they did, I wouldn't feel bad about if instead of going 100K to Amex, 100K Rakuten, go to built. I don't know if I would feel bad about that, but I would have to see what the next redemptions actually are. Kirby says, without Mike Newell, the credit card community bubble would pop. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Smart thing. Is this promo in Amex or Amazon or Amex? So okay, go on here. So just type in the points guy, Amazon Amex, and if you want membership rewards discount, where you could just deal alerts, save up to 50% on Amazon. Go on this website here and just go down to where it says here, check. So I'm not going to hit it because it might be personal information, whatever, on my Amex account. But when you hit check, it'll see if you're targeted for the offer. If it says like, oh, you're ineligible, just make sure that you have enrolled your Amex card. I don't think they have it here. No, just make sure that you enrolled like your green, gold, platinum into American Express and enrolled your rewards. Not enough that you just added the card as a payment, but actually enroll your membership rewards onto Amazon. So this way you can pay with your Amazon purchases with membership reward points. And so once you have that, you click it again, see if it all connected correctly. Now, when you hit check, it'll still may say you're ineligible, even if you added your membership reward points. So what you have to do is wait a few hours. Like, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours before mine updated. So just like add your Amex card, enroll rewards, wait tomorrow, wait till 5 hours from now, then hit check. It's very likely you'll be targeted if it's not already like sold out of like whatever the 47,000 uses. And so yeah, from there then you can use that. There might also check your Amex offers. You never know. I don't know if there are special like Amazon discounts. I just never check the offers, but something to consider. Kirby says, no, I'm free this. Oh my God. Kirby. Let's just do Wednesday. It's going to be so monumentally great when we actually get together. So yeah, Jesus. I was thinking about that when I was setting up too. I was like, I didn't actually go to check because I was like 10 minutes. I was like, wait a second. I wonder if Kirby's actually free today and not. I mean, maybe Kirby should just join now. Maybe we should just do it now. But no, we have to, we'll do a thumbnail and everything. Make it nice. We'll push to Kirby's channel, and if you guys are unfamiliar, let's give Kirby a shout out. Good guy. Love his presentation. Love his takes in the overall credit card space. Mr. Kirby G, right here, 156. He's trying to get to 200. So I mean, if everybody here subscribes to him, Mr. Kirby G, I'll throw it down in the chat. We could do this now. We could do it Wednesday, but he's a good guy, so I'll hit him up. So bam, bam. There's his stuff. Good stuff. Platinum OG. Player 2 and Player 3 pop up jail attempting the Marriott business card today. Dang. Dang. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I hear ya. I mean, the only thing I think of is did you try going through the Marriott website instead of the American Express website? Sometimes that'll get around pop up jail. Um, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Very tough times for sure. Jeremy, now time to buy a bounce for the Tesla for the new fancy camera. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you're right, right? I guess this camera could go mobile. Yeah, I guess I could just put a real battery in it and just like mount it to the roof, or I can't, no, not the roof, but a little section of the roof that I could. And then maybe I could do some full self-driving videos and Kirby says in the DMs, oh, that's oh I don't. Oh my goodness. You said you'll be free today and you said you'll be away. I get it. You hate me. Oh my God. I was going to go somewhere this weekend and then that shifted to not going anywhere because our friend was doing a ghost tour out in 30 minutes from here. And then we supported the ghost tour and then we were like, let's just stay home. And then, now we're, God damn it. Kirby, at least we've done it once before, okay? This is not actually, we've done this already. I haven't done this historically to you. We've done a live together. In fact, you could probably even type it in. And, you would be one of the few people that I actually have on a second time. Where is it? Come on. I know I put your name because I always try to get the good name in there, but no, where is it? Where's our live together, man? We had a live together. No, I'm getting a little upset now. Now I'm gonna find out everything's a lie, actually, and I never even met him before. Where is Kirby? Hello? Oh no, we did a video together, not a live. That's right, we did a video. That's right. We never. Oh yeah, that's right. We never did a live. There he is, Kirby G, baby, on our video together. Not bad. But we have to get an update. We gotta get an update from Kirby. God, what's wrong with me? There's really something wrong with me. My love for that Sony is the best. How'd you know it was a Sony? Did I have that in the picture? Did it actually say? Huh. But yes, it is a Sony. Yes, I got I don't know. Apparently this is like the typical like credit card YouTuber camera. I don't know. It's apparently what everyone ends up getting. So who knows? Life on Earth is keep till you go to Japan. This Turian at HND Haneda is next level. Very cool. I don't know if I want to carry it around though. I mean, it's high level stuff, but I don't know. I feel weird. I like my phone for everything. Smart thing. I just checked. I got 50% off up to $80 maximum. Very nice. Look at that. So if you have now that was the perfect time. Like if you if you have some Christmas gifts and all those different things or whatever, might as well do it now. Pay for it now. Get it, $80 off 50%. So as long as you're spending over 160, that's big money. That's big money. So 100%, go for it. Jonathan, Senor Antonio Ventura. Hello to all from Spa, Manhattan. What's going on, Jonathan? Yeah, you're in Manhattan, man. Very cool. Very cool. How's it out there? QC man, geez, you can wait till February. No, I'm a low down, dirty, rotten scoundrel, man. I can't. I gotta, as soon as January hits, unless I start thinking like, oh, they'll call back, but I don't think so. Brennan, what's going on, Brennan? Going for my second ink card now. Gotta call Recon when they reopen during normal business hours. LOL. Going for my second ink. Okay, I think you'd be fine. The second one seems to be all right. Second one seems to be all right. After that, it seems like near impossible for people just based on what I'm reading. Yeah. So best of luck. Trying to think if there's anything new that I've heard. I mean, nothing much. I think they're getting a little bit more. Actually, I will say, I did read one thing, not to scare anybody, but I did read on Reddit somewhere that was like, I don't know. I called Recon, and I guess he must have fumbled his words, or like he messed up numbers, or something that was like clearly odd, because he said that once he called Recon for an ink. It was like, and he did enough that it was grounds for them to like shut it, lock an account for something. Like couldn't transfer points out. Oh, was it that one? I think there was one Reddit story where he was like applying for like an income month or something like that, something crazy, like once a month. Obviously, like crazy behavior. So never mind, that doesn't apply to you. But yeah, when you call nowadays, they'll probably ask you like, have your numbers ready, like whatever you did on the application. If you didn't call already and like went through this, but in the app, whatever you did on the application, oh, income was 50K, or business is established this date, or my minimum spend, whatever. Probably won't ask you minimum spend, but they'll ask you those other couple things, and then what you do in your business. So just have those answers ready for when they ask. Pablo Loso, I'm gonna snitch on it. Don't snitch on. Do not snitch, man. You can't be snitching on me. Yeah, I told you. I am very upfront with the risk and how much of a low down, dirty dog I can be for certain things. And so, don't follow. QC man, and don't forget to pay for 1 year. It's so bad. It's so bad, but it's whatever you can justify. Everybody can justify and rationalize everything. I agree, it's not the greatest thing, but I'm just like, if I can take advantage, get 50K, get a Lululemon, a Resi, a Saks, a FHR, Uber One membership, Uber Cash, some United Travel Bank. I mean, if I can downgrade to the gold, the green in January, get my, retain my clear if I want to have it for, Puerto Rico and future travels, which actually, JFK would have been nice to have clear. I'll pay a prorated annual fee of $200, but get back like $1,000 in credits and 50K MR. I think that's a good trade-off. Just monetarily speaking, is the most honest. Is it honest work? No, but that's what am I gonna do? So Lonnie, what's going on, Lonnie? Yo, Wave, hey AV, and everyone, it's popping, man. What's going on, Lonnie? Lonnie. Boxer, yo Anthony, question: did you see Luke's video, the one putting the gold versus the city CSP? Curious to know your thoughts. I mean, right off the bat, it just seems like a no-brainer. I'm assuming he mentioned like the city strata is just like, honestly, if you're just trying to like straight earn, not like and not even necessarily factoring in like certain transfer partners, but that's kind of money. I'll do this in the background. Oh, Lonnie, can you tell I'm in 720p, but I have a new camera. No longer using the phone. I know Lonnie likes to know the camera work sometimes. Yeah. Oh, no, we don't want the Strata Elite. We want the City. No, not Siri. Stop listening. I said City. Can't you hear? Did anybody hear that? From her. All right, let's see right here. So we got the City Strata Premier. We've talked about it in a few videos, but I'm assuming, Luke's video just mentioned like, okay, this is a $95 annual fee card versus, I was already on the City Strata. Oh, wow, what's wrong with me? Did I type in Amex Gold and get, that's weird. All right, so he's probably just said something along the lines of like, instead of $325, pay $95. So you're saying, you're saving $250. Cool. You're gonna get 3x back on a million different categories. It's gonna be all the same story. It's just that this has more to offer. So like gas and EV. I know he just got his Tesla Model Y. Shout out. I have a Tesla as well, Model 3, and EV charging is cool. But obviously for anybody who's doing gas, you get 3x back there. The supermarkets, the restaurants, these are all good. Obviously it's 1x less back, but you have to factor in the cost of the annual fee that's working into it, and then also what transfer partners make sense. I think either one of these technically can make sense. It's just like, am I somebody who wants to earn A&A, as a transfer partner? I want to earn more in A&A, or if I want to earn more Hilton or something, I don't know. Whatever transfer partner that Amex may have that City doesn't, and vice versa. If I'm City and I'm just like now all of a sudden I'm going heavy into American Airlines, and that's like super valuable for you, cool. If it's I prefer a hotel program, which I still want to get into, okay, nice. That's something the other ones don't have. And so, yeah, I don't think there's anything necessarily right or wrong. I think everyone agrees that the Strata Premier is like an amazing earner for a low annual fee. It beats pretty much every other card. It's just like most of it all comes down to like, where are you redeeming those miles? Where are you transferring them out to? And that's like the thing. That's like the whole thing. Like if everybody can just decide, where they're earning. This is something actually Lonnie does amazingly. He was talking about this a while ago. Just basically earning the currency that he needs at that moment. For a while, it's obviously United for a lot of different things, and then he uses that in many different ways. But now, he has his IHG purposes, so he'll spend on IHG cards. He'll spend on the other cards just to make up the redemption that he wants to make for the future. It's something I've really actively been testing in my own life. It's just like, earn in the currency that you're trying to make a redemption in. It's hard because you have to do a little bit of research. If you feel like I want to fly this airline, or if I want to stay in this hotel, like I've made the example a million times, like the Japan trip coming up. Okay, I would love to do ANA business class. I have one ticket already booked via Air Canada that I had transferred from probably Chase or American Express. I don't even know. So I have one ticket booked, and now I'm hoping like 2 weeks out they'll have an opening for a second seat, hopefully there. And so I'm considering now, like, okay, Rakuten, I'm going to be paid out, probably 100, maybe, well, I don't know, probably not 100, maybe about 50K. And then I'll have another 50K coming from the Amex Platinum once I hit the welcome or the upgrade offer. That'll be enough, easily enough to do another one-way ticket business class ANA, which is only a partner with American Express. So I could transfer it direct to them and make that redemption happen. If I start thinking that that's not going to be possible, then, well, my only other use case, at least in this year, will be I can always transfer more to Hilton, which I've done so much, but I don't even think I need to anymore for the rest of the year. And so I'm like, I could do the transfer to Amex, but if like I had a choice at that time, November 15th, hopefully if the next payout period, Bilt starts allowing for the transfers, I might just transfer to Bilt and go to Hyatt, because I know Hyatt will do pretty well in some of the places that are like super future out. But it just depends. It's like, where do you want to transfer? Any card can work, any currency can necessarily work. It's just where you're trying to earn, where you're trying to go, I think. In my life, that's what I think so far. Jorge Rodriguez, what's going on, man? 5 spot, appreciate you. Anthony, what if I told you Amex is the devil? They don't only want your money, huh? See you soon in PR. Yeah, I agree, but maybe I'm inexplicably hubristic to think that I can make more money than the devil. And maybe that's my main mistake. Maybe that's my issue there. Maybe my issue is I think I'm smart enough to game them. And I mean, I think I have in the past. So that's why I think I can in the future. And so, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. And so who's out? Oh, damn, my shipment just came. That would be crazy. I should go and grab my new wire. Sorry, Amazon just came. I should get my new wire and up it to 1080, but I would have to leave the stream for a moment. That would be pretty sick. But anyway, I don't know if I should mess about with that right now. That would be sick. Maybe at the end or something, if we're just hanging out. We'll jump it up. But yeah, I mean, maybe the Amex is the devil, maybe. And maybe I'm done. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe they're gonna come for everything. They're gonna make me pay an annual fee. They're gonna take my 50K points away. They're gonna take all my FHR and all that stuff away. Maybe I'm not really getting a game like I think I am, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Dollar Man, the amazing Dollar Man, became a YouTube member. Very nice. Well, thank you, Dollar Man, for becoming a member. As many of you may know, being a member comes with amazing perks, like let me think. I don't know. Absolutely nothing at this time. Absolutely nothing. In fact, if you go to sign on, and in fact, we could do this live, even though I appreciate you, Dollar Man. I just always, I don't know, I kind of find it funny myself. If I were to go on my own channel, can I even do it? Can I even? Oh yeah. You can see it on a top-down menu, but it says here like, I give you a hearty handshake. Like if we ever meet in person, like in Puerto Rico, I'll give you a hearty handshake. Just come and cash it in, or nothing, and then don't buy this. So it's just there. I've talked about why it's there and stuff, but thank you, Dollar Man. I appreciate you, sir. That means a lot. Much appreciated, you guys. So yeah, that's my breakdown on what I think is the deal there. So whatever he said, he's probably right. He's probably right. Jordy, Mark Reese was saying he contacted Amex and the traditional green card is no longer okay. So hold up, Mark Reese is starting to comment on the traditional green. I thought I was the only one. Okay, hold up. I wasn't aware of this game. Mark Reese also is a lover of the traditional green card. I wasn't aware, and now I need to be aware. So Jordy, let me know if he's a fellow, member, a fellow traditional green card member because I didn't think anybody else was. And so yeah, that's what the only thing I'm worried about. It's like my initial plan was to upgrade to the Platy, get the 50K or whatever. I don't, the only reason I really did is I wanted the mirror design. I didn't want to be left out. I wanted the museum piece of the mirror design. And so from there, you know how you take one step and like you go across the line and that's like the end of it because now you can step further and further over the line. I'm like, I was just gonna downgrade like already. Like I was gonna downgrade as soon as I got my mirror platinum. Um, but you know, then I started thinking, I was like, oh, greed stepped in. I started being more greedy, one of the deadly sins. And I was like, oh, I could get 50K MR. I could get some credits. And now I'm talking about it live. So I'm putting it out into the world so that, you know, the evil forces or the karma forces, the karmic forces can take it away in some way. So that's actually a real possibility. Now that I'm considering it, maybe I won't game it. Maybe I will just downgrade now, because here's the thing. From what I heard from Joe Barretto, there was an email apparently that went out for the traditional green card that said, past October 30th, you no longer will have the traditional green card as a downgrade option. I chatted into Amex. They said they never heard of it. Apparently, Mark Reese has heard of this for talking to Amex. So I'm like, okay, if that's true, October 30th is the last day for the traditional green. Um, yeah, I'm gonna want to downgrade this platinum before then, you know. But obviously, there's the greed element to it, which is not great. It's not great, you know. So maybe there's a way I can justify. I don't know, but maybe I will just downgrade by the end of the month. You know, we'll see. But main thing is I wanted the mirror design. Now I have it. I'm happy. So we'll see. Oh, what do we got? Yeah, polygraph zone. Damn, look at that polygraph. Am I lying? Only in city Amex ecosystems. Or you are only in city Amex ecosystems. No Amex charge cards yet. Waiting for green refresh. Any guess when that may happen? Also, any ETA for Marriott? I mean, nobody really knows, and nothing I've really seen leaked online. Just, I was gonna say just know. Like usually these leaks will kind of know. Like we've seen with all of these big refreshes, we've kind of known like, I don't know, within at least a couple of weeks before, usually like a couple of months before. But so but the green card might fall so far under the radar that maybe maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they won't. So I don't know. So I mean, with the green card and the business cards, maybe they just drop it one day, or maybe they don't update it at all. Who knows? I have no idea. But I mean, I think you're probably wise to wait if there's going to be a green refresh. Maybe something also kind of tells me that it's just like not going to change. But I mean, everyone assumes it's going to, but something tells me it's just like I just can't. Like at least the other like gold, we kind of figured what it would come with. We were blindsided by Duncan and all that, but we knew it would be like a resi. We figured it'd be something like that. You can go back to my old prediction videos. Like it was there. Platinum, we kind of knew, same thing with the prediction videos. Green is like, why? Why do we have it? I know a lot of people love it. They're like, oh, I earn amazing on the green card. It's the sleeper. I guess my hot take is I don't really care for it. I don't really see the point other than if you really love clear. And the only reason I would now keep my green card is, again, I just need a card to allow for Rakuten, like to allow for earning MR to earn Rakuten. And in that case, I guess I should just go for the Blue Business Plus, right? So maybe one of these days I'll apply for the Blue Business Plus. Actually, I've been trying to, but I'm trying to look for an offer that's like spend 6K, get 50K MR, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just get the Blue Business Plus and then just get rid of the green. Because one thing I actually realized is, and I mistakenly said this a while ago, is so if anybody that's like rushing to get the traditional green, here's a huge tip. Okay, I had assumed that because I had the Amex debit card, the business checking account, that debit card earns membership reward points. It technically is supposed to be able to hold your MR points as an anchor, like you would, charge cards. And so I had downgraded all of my charge. I canceled the gold, canceled my platinum, canceled my Schwab, or no, whatever I did. I downgraded the platinum down to the traditional green. Now, the traditional green at 55 doesn't earn membership reward points, and I actually lost my Amex points. Now, luckily, I only had a few hundred or whatever it was at that time, but I actually ended up losing all my Amex points. And I was like, damn. I was like, that could have been bad. So The only way to, and what I did do before the platinum is you can upgrade the traditional green from the 55 annual fee to a 95 annual fee. So like the old school green. Now it earns membership reward points. And that's what I've been using for Rakuten. So if the traditional green goes away, I'll just downgrade to the green, or downgrade to the green, apply for the Blue Business Plus with no offer or whatever, just so I can continue earning Rakuten, and then just cancel the green, and then I'll really be zero, net zero on everything instead of 55 annual fee green. I'll just do that. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't know when they'll change. I don't know. I don't even know what would happen with them. It'd be interesting. Smart Thing, I wanted to mention, Smart Thing says, I love you, Anthony. We help somebody, baby. We help Smart Thing. Just bought $160 of Amazon for $74, 1 point used, $80 off, and had the coupon. Let's freaking go, baby. So he used this coupon right here. You can get 50% off, $80. You can get up to $80. That's exactly what he did. Points guy, Amazon, Amex, membership reward point discount. That's awesome. That's awesome. Matter of fact, I'll throw it in the chat. I don't know if you guys can even click on anything in the chat, but in case you want to save some money, if you want to save some money with your, Christmas and all that, go for it. There you go. Enjoy it. Enjoy your, $80 off. Wait, I'm missing it. Oh, it's this video of the 80 until 35,000 people redeem the offer. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was like, how many people are going to look at this, points guy post? How fast are we going to go through this offer? A little scared. Phil Moles, what's going on, Phil? I had a cupcake for dinner. I was glad you mentioned that, actually. I was really glad you mentioned, because that's what I sit around thinking about every now and again. I'm like, Phil Mo, I wonder what Phil Mo's doing right now. I wonder what he's wearing. I wonder what he's eating. I wonder if he's in the tub. No, that's what I asked. So, hopefully, where did you have the cupcake is the real question. QC Man, if your FHR stay is after you downgrade the card, but booked when you had the card, obviously, is that an issue when you go to check in? So I never had an issue with that. So I guess that's a good point. I'm trying to think. I did hear something like this recently, but I don't think it had to do with Amex. It was something else. Who was talking about it? Was it in the Discord? Maybe it was a Reddit thread. It was something like booking a hotel and then not having the card. Oh no, it was in the Discord. It was somebody talking about they had a flight with I think it was Delta, and they didn't have their Delta card, and they were trying to fly home from Paris or something. I forget where they were, and they didn't have their Delta card on them, and so they couldn't get a boarding pass because they didn't have the card that they paid with for that boarding pass. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. So I mean, as far as I've always done it, anytime I've done an FHR or a MasterCard or whatever, anytime I go to check in, I always say oh, I booked with one card. I was like, but can I change the card? And usually they'll either do it then, or they'll be like, oh, I check out, just give us whatever card. So I never had an issue with that. I mean, it's a good point, because I bet some hotels are annoying like that, and they'd be like, well, you booked with you booked with this card, you got to check in with this card. So that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. But I don't think that'll be an issue. I don't think I'll be in any places that I would book it that they would be sticklers like that. Usually I just go to check in and be like, can I change the card? I've done it a million times where it was even MasterCard, where they're like, if you book a MasterCard luxury hotel, you absolutely need to use a MasterCard to pay and to check in. And then I get there and I was like, can I just change it to my ink, or can I change it to my Built card or something, just to earn, points back? And they're like, yeah, whatever. They don't really care, to be honest, the people at the desk. And then the manager can come over as well. Yeah, so I don't think it's a problem. I guess I don't know if this would work in the hotel side, but that story I just shared about the Delta card, apparently they were allowed to give him this boarding pass if he somehow got a picture of the Delta card front and back. So I mean, if you're really worried about it, maybe that's a possibility. I have the card here, here's the number. I don't know, let's take a picture of it. But I don't think it'll be. I really don't think it's an issue. I never had an issue so far. Because there's plenty of times where I didn't travel with my platinum. I did FHR. I didn't travel with certain cards. It just never came up. But it's a good idea. So he said, if you received an upgrade over the platinum, don't you have to keep the card open for 12 months before you downgrade or cancel again, or they claw it back? Seen quite a few data points. I mean, that's conventional wisdom. And again, we're getting into like the risky behavior here. So just up, first and foremost, this behavior could get you shut down. All these different things. Yeah, I mean, by law, by the Card Act, if you do raise the annual fee by law, you have to keep it open for 12 months. But for some reason, Amex just does not follow this law. Like they follow the law, but they don't. So like if they follow the law correctly, they wouldn't allow you to downgrade. But so like when you go in the chat, you're not somebody that like most people don't know that. Most people don't know this. Here's the card act of whatever year, and it's like, oh, you have to keep it over 12 months. We know that because we're in the zeitgeist of the credit card game. But like, if I was somebody who was just a layman, which most platinum card holders are, I would imagine. If I'm like, oh, I don't really care about this card anymore. You took an upgrade offer. You're like, I actually don't like it that much. 3 months later, you just ask Amex. You chat into Amex on the little app and say like, oh, can I downgrade? They always just say, yeah, you can downgrade, whatever. You can downgrade, no problem. Like if they allow you to do it, sure. I'm trying to think. I guess the times that I have downgraded, I almost feel like I think do they always do the language like, oh, if it's within the last 12 months or whatever. I think sometimes they'll just be like, okay, we'll downgrade it for you, something like that. But like they allow you to downgrade. And so yes, there are data points. There could be clawbacks, there could be issues. But there's also a lot of data points that show that they don't claw back and they don't have issues with it. So I myself have done it a couple of times with my gold card to green and vice versa. I upgraded to gold, got my 30K points. A month later, downgraded back to the green. I still got my 30K points. So I've yet to be clawed back. Maybe this is the first time. We'll see. But that's fine, if they do. I won't use the points for a couple of months probably anyway. Or a few months, actually. Excuse me, man. T-Set, I think you keep it until the new annual fee post. Yes. Traditional, correct way to do things. Yes. Supercell, can't wait for the Rakuten to Bill transfer. Can't wait for the Rakuten to Bill. I'll be trading with so many points to hide for sure. Hopefully it's 1-to-1. Probably, I would imagine. I would imagine. Could you imagine if it was like 1 to 0.5? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, if it was all the same, it was like, transfer to built 1-to-1, and then, we could go straight to Hyatt. I could see myself transfer a good amount to Hyatt because I just can't think of any other way to earn a large amount of. I mean, how else to earn Hyatt points? I mean, other than obviously high spend, which I'm not trying to really spend my way to crazy points with Hyatt. I don't care if you call me a bad customer. I don't have that kind of spend. Or through built or buying the points themselves, which you can't even buy that many anyway. So, I mean, and if the inks are gone and, it's hard to get some chase points otherwise. Yeah, for sure. This is smart. Yeah. Okay. Like I think Rakuten is being very smart, bringing on built rewards. Lots of new customers coming their way. Oh yeah. Yeah. If they fully do it and it's like built, like they leaked, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be really cool. 100%. Fun. Oh, our favorite guy. I had a barber shop appointment today and I told my barber I want the Anthony Venture haircut. I showed him your picture and Oscar laughed at me. Why is that funny? Why is it funny to look like me? What's the issue? Do I look like a clown? Am I the little funny guy? Is that what it is? What's so funny about my hair? Fun. You realize this comes up like once a week now. In fact, earlier, my hair was like up here for some reason. And I was like, let me go take a shower before this live because Fun's going to say something about my hair. Like, I'm so self-conscious now whenever you're here that I think my hair is going to be in question every damn time that I go live. I don't even want to go live anymore because I'm afraid my bully's going to be here fun. And then I stop having a fun time. So, yeah. Kirby says, I'll hop on. Is better than watching my Gophers get clapped by Purdue. Oh, my goodness. Kirby, Wednesday will be a banger. Absolutely. Damn, I'm 30 minutes friggin' late. Aren't you, Anthony? Likewise, man. Likewise. We'll have a good time. That'll be fun. Brady says, just grab the in cash for 90K points. Does the built-in Rakuten partnership make the Rakuten card a must-have? Must-have is strong language. Could have. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, the thing is, you're still maxed out at 28,000 points per year. Because it's 4x back on the Rakuten card, and you can spend $7,000 per year. So 28,000. I guess it just depends. Like, are you already so far past 524 you're not worried about it, or like because you just grab some inks, right? Like, can you grab another ink, and are you like 424 at the moment? Like, are you gonna ruin yourself by getting more inks? Then no, it's not worth it. But as far as like a longer term play, and you're like already spending so much on Rakuten, then yeah, I think there's a few people that makes sense for. An extra 28K can make or break certain redemptions. So yeah, I definitely think it can be probably not a must, but it's a good top off. I think if you're already like killing it. Um, uh, Francis says, new camera being a Sony. We're watching you." But I don't think you can tell that I'm on. Can you wait? Is that how crazy the videography niche is? Like the people who really know cameras, like Francis, maybe. Can you tell it's a Sony just by how it looks? Like how I look on camera, you could tell it's a Sony? Because that would be kind of crazy. Anthony Venture, yeah, Anthony Venture is killing it. Venture is, yeah, he's insane. I haven't seen that offer on my account. Boxers chasing recon is actually decent. Chase regular cards, their recon sucks. Yeah, I agree actually. Jesse, hi all. Am I the one person here trying to win one? Yeah, you are. The 1 million AA points with the free entries online for McDonald's Monopoly. What the heck? So you can win 1 million American Airlines miles with the free entries online for McDonald's Monopoly. That's kind of funny. I kind of want to look this up actually. Monopoly AA miles. Let's see. What are we talking about, Jesse? What's the deal here? Oh wow, McDonald's is offering 1 million American Airlines There's a grand prize in the 2025 Monopoly game. Oh, so they're doing the Monopoly game again. I forgot about this. I remember trying to win some stuff really back in the day on this. Whoa. Yeah, after 10 years. Wow. Okay. Yes, I totally remember 10 years ago trying to win some stuff with their game. But why? Wow, American Airlines miles. That's pretty interesting. That they would choose that. But where is it? I don't see it there. But 1 million, that's crazy. Could you imagine? Damn, that would be good money. That would be really good friggin' AA miles. Absolutely. Brennan, thanks. Any tips for the first Hilton Grand Vacation presentation? Got one coming up next month. Oh, no matter what, we can't go through a stream without talking about Hilton Grand Vacations, baby. And I absolutely love it. So, Brennan, welcome to the club, the Grand Vacation Club. So, any tips? Well, one, I know I'm behind, but I will get to it. Let me know which state that you're going to. Like, what is it? Orlando? Is it Vegas? Like, where are you going? Because that does make a difference. Two, I guess just know if it's those bigger ones, like the ones that are like Myrtle, Vegas, Orlando, they're usually a little hard. Like they're pretty, they're much stronger out there. Like they're stronger closers, stronger sellers, and they take no for an answer much less often. But it's still fine. Any tips are, as far as like actually going to the presentation, nothing much. I mean, just go there, 10 minutes early, sign in, talk to some people, be cordial. They'll pair you up with somebody. They'll ask you some questions about your life. Just be ready to, say whatever. Like we had just bought a house. I was like, I can't afford anything right now. So, I just bought a house. And so, just know that anything you say, they will come up with a reason why that makes sense for you, other than like financial hardship or time, stuff like that. Otherwise, everything is like an in my opinion, my best advice is like, don't go in combative. There's no reason to be argumentative. Some people get like that. Like, I get curious and I like to learn. And so I'll actually ask them about the program because I learn a lot just from talking to them. It makes the time go by a little bit faster. And then, some people just be like, I just want the points. And then, all right, sure. I don't know this for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if like how much, I don't know how many, I've been talking about it. So I know a lot of you have been doing it since then. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a little bit more stringent over time. And like, if they start hearing people are just here for the points, and it's like systematic, maybe they'll put you, because I know it's possible to be put on like a blacklist where you're not to be targeted anymore for these offers. So I would hate to do anything like, there's no reason to be like you're going to be there 90 minutes. It's like in your contract, like 90 minutes. just like hang out, and talk and have a good time. And I was talking about random things with the guy. So just hang out 90 minutes. And then once you're like an hour in, just be like, yeah, I can't, I can't, but it goes by fast because you do a little bit of a presentation. You talk for a second, like 10 minutes, get to know the guy or the girl, go into a presentation, watch the film for 15 minutes, go back out for an hour, and then you're done. And then you have the whole rest of your 3 to 5 day vacation completely to yourself, and you'll get your points right after. So don't go in argumentative, go in curious, and just talk like a normal person. That's all. Human being, have a good time. But congrats on your points, man. Future points. Jesse, Virginia Avenue, I'm missing it. Damn, we gotta get you Virginia Avenue, baby. Let's get it. Get you 1,000,000 points, million American Airlines miles. Dr. Credit had the details. The devil went down at Amex. Oh Lord. Fascinating backstory. Who's that? I missed it. Dollar Man finally bit the bullet and signed up for the membership. It's like the Amex Platinum of memberships. Hopefully the no, with the Anthony Venture membership, you get nothing. You get really nothing. You just get a hearty handshake and a salute every now and again. Yeah, you really don't get much. Maybe in the not so distant future there'll be something, but for right now, it's really nothing. So maybe it's similar to a platinum. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should start issuing. Maybe I should have a membership where I start issuing credits for things that you'll never ever use. Like, let me try to think any partnerships I have. I have like with real estate, I have I can get you like a discount on debt, not debt relief, but debt services and getting your credit score up and all those different things so you can buy some real estate, stuff that you guys probably don't need in the points and miles game. We're already kind of killing it. That would be funny. Boxer has some strong feelings against Mark Reese, man. Why the hard feelings? Oh, Boxer, you're the one that that's right. Boxer gave me the heads up on the community thing that one time. That's right. Shout out to Boxer. Calder, my grandma has the traditional green. Damn, your Meemaw got the traditional green, man. Damn, that's one hip lady. Your grandma. That's one hip lady. Jordy says, I mentioned to him on one of his videos because he was talking about downgrade paths. He contacted them via chat and they said it's still. Oh, so okay. There's two things to know about the traditional green, and some people get this wrong. When you chat in with Amex, you will get one of two agents. You'll get one agent who will tell you, yes, it's a downgrade option, no problem. And then you'll have one agent, which is more common, that will tell you, I've never heard of that. And no, it doesn't exist. Most Amex reps don't actually know the traditional green card exists. But as I've shown in many videos, I've showed the chats, I've shown my cards, it does exist. You just have to chat in again. So it's possible Mark just chatted in and like, whatever, he got a guy that said it didn't exist. Because I've gotten that many times. Like I remember friggin' 2 years ago, I got somebody who was like, oh, it doesn't exist. And then here I was a year later getting it. So yeah. Mirror plat, white gold. What's the special green? That's right. Yeah. Mirror platinum, white gold. What's the special green? I mean, if we can get like is it ever on par? I mean, mirror, white gold. I was just thinking like maybe a super neon green or something. Or maybe can't make it too cool. I was thinking like, what about purple? But that's kind of weird. Why? I don't know. Maybe like a neon. Yeah, what would they do? Maybe make like a supercharged neon green where like what is it? The US Bank shopper card where you tap to pay and it'll like light up. Like that'd be pretty sick. Like you have like green lightning shoot across the card. That would make people. I would get it. Like if that had a green lightning thing that shot out every time you tapped, I would downgrade immediately. I would get that design. So that would be kind of cool. Green needs to just be 2x everything. Would be interesting. But then what about their Blue Business Plus? What do you do with that? Polygraph zone. Definitely will be patient and wait. We'll love to start green and go up for the subs. Yeah, all day. That's actually my wife as well. She has never gotten a green, gold, or a platinum. So we have so much runway in the way of Amex points. It's not even funny. So I'm with you. Amex Everyday is my anchor. Very nice. Yeah, before the Everyday has unfortunately discontinued, that is a great card to anchor. Kevin Nayuan, what's going on, Kevin? Did you go to South Korea? And what is the best debit card for ATM reimbursement? Kevin, you always have interesting, maybe uncorrelated questions at times. Did you go to South Korea? No. Do I want to? Yes. I did go to a Korean festival though last week in Atlanta, where they actually had that K-pop Demon Hunters. Like they had one of the singers from that band or whatever you call it there. That was pretty cool. I was with Calby and Lalit. That was a fun time. So no, now I'm like in the Korean food. It was like a really good Korean food. I was like, whoa, I never experienced this. Like the Koreans just like kind of do it better. They were cool, great music and great food. I was like, let's go to Korea, man. Best debit card for ATM reimbursement. I mean, everyone will tell you that, the Schwab. Fidelity card, I believe, does as well. Fidelity, but yeah, the Schwab debit is kind of what everyone's go-to is in the space, I would say. We need some popcorn and soda or beer. Oh, man, again, Kevin, I don't know anybody that would have popcorn and beer together. I don't remember ever going to the theaters growing up and being like, oh, let me get a Coors Light and some popcorn, But soda, yes, that I agree. Like popcorn and soda, sure. Which, side question, if you guys are interested, for movie theaters, what do you guys get at movie theaters? Do you sneak things in like I always did? Or, do you get like, I don't know, Sour Patch Kids there? Or what's your like go-to movie theater food? I would like to know. Let me know down. That's like the most important question I have for you guys. Like, what do you get when you go there? Antique heel bot with maybe a Phenom jet. I don't know. Any updates on Racket to Build thing? No updates. No, we're all waiting on it. We're all hoping that'll come through. And I'm really thirsty for Hyatt points. I love it. I'm so thirsty for it. I'm thirsty for Hyatt points. I like that. I like the verbiage. Yeah, me too. Me too. No update yet. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they already had it on the website, it's got to be soon, right? It's got to be. It's got to be at least sometime soon. QC man, 2-spot. Appreciate you, QC. Appreciate you, man. QC hitting me with the 2 super sticker. Didn't even have to say anything. Didn't even have to say any words. Love it. Oh no, Sledge, the infamous the infamous popcorn and beer drinker, Sledge. I had no idea. I wasn't aware of your game. Sledge, you're the type to bring in your what do you usually drink on stream? Don't you have, is that Jack Daniels that you bring on stream? No, you have something else. What are you usually drinking? I'm assuming, Sledge, you're the type of guy to bring in your Jack Daniels in a glass with no cover or anything like that. Literally just open glass and walk into the theater and just, with your popcorn and everything like that. But that actually would probably be a fun time. Like if you could do a couple of like, vodka shots and then go watch, Wicked Part 2 next month coming out, baby. Anybody else going to see Wicked Part 2? I know I'm not the only one. Maybe we'll get really drunk for that. You never know. So I only go to the movie theaters that serve real food. So like AMC and Alamo, those ones. Yeah, I could see that. You find the what? Oh goodness! Wait, now I'm really interested. Filmo sneaks Remy and Cool Ranch Doritos at the AMC. Oh my goodness! If you are near a Regal, get the Regal membership, and after X amount of points, you get a free snack. Wow! Oh my goodness! Wait, there's a Wicked Part 2. Yeah, man, we gotta fit. We're only halfway through the story. We're only halfway through the Wicked story. Okay, we've only made it to just right up until the Wizard of Oz, the original, would have started. Okay, we got the life and times of Galinda and Elphaba. We understood their dilemma and getting into the world of and shiz and all that. But now we have to go through the next part, which is going to take place like during and after the Wizard of Oz took place. So yeah, that's coming out November 16th, maybe. I'm not sure. T said, I have my Wicked 2 IMAX tickets booked. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Wait, who else? Oh, Kirby. I got the Regal Unlimited movie pass. You bet I'm watching Wicked Part 2 alone in IMAX. Let's go. I'm so glad I'm surrounded by true men of culture. True men of culture going to see Wicked. Background Balloon. I had to watch Wicked twice, and I completely forgot I watched it until y'all just mentioned it. So I don't like that tone. I don't like that connotation. Everybody, let's look at background balloon right now. All right, everyone who watched Wicked with me, he just said I had to watch, like it's an issue, like he had, like, oh, I was forced to watch Wicked. I'll have you know that on my last 4 flights, I have watched Wicked on each leg of those flights. I've spent 12 hours over the course of my last like 25 hours of flights, probably 30 hours of flights, all watching Wicked. Okay, so watch your mouth and know who know your audience. Come on, I mean, what the heck? I don't want to have to start belting some Galinda songs, man. I know all of them. I know every single one of the songs. Is there is that's the singing movie of the yes. It's not with Filmo, you should know. It's your time. It's your time period, Filmo. When remember when the movie Wizard of Oz came out, when you were 15 years old and Wizard of Oz came out? Uh that's the Wicked Witch of the West. That's the green face chick. That's not no random person. That's the Wicked Witch of the West. The one who, got, melted and all that. That's Elphaba. And the new Elphaba really belted way better than unfortunately you know the original singer. Unfortunately, I think she did way better than the original. Sledge actually saw The Wicked on Broadway back in 2005. Wow. That's great. That's great. So you got to see it really like early days. Really, really early days with Adina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. I don't know if you went to the Broadway there. They were actually performing, but I'm assuming around that time it probably was Kristen Chenoweth and Adina Menzel. Kirby says, "Sing with a sing for us, Anthony, members only. I have beef with Wicked. My mind will only be changed if Venture sings a compilation of Wicked songs. We can. I mean, if you want to name one, if you want to name a Wicked, it's name a Wicked song. We'll go for it. I'm all in. Sequels are, yeah, as T Seth said, it's not a sequel. It's it's not a sequel. It's a continuation of the story. It's so long. Like the squeakquel, the squeakquel should be probably another 2 hours. I'm assuming. So it's probably like a 5.5. It's probably like a 5 hour movie, 4.5, 5 hour movie if they put it all at once. But for the movie adaptation, they have to really play the story out. So yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Oh, Michael Wong, you saw it on Broadway too. I would love to see it on Broadway. That would be so freaking cool. I saw The Temptations, never saw Wicked though. So it said may sound crazy, but that play made me look at the world. Sledge, please tell me. I need to know more. That play, Sledge, do you want to come on live with me so we could talk about how Wicked changed our lives? Because it's changed mine too. Made me look at the world differently. What in your life changed, Sledge? I would love to know. I mean, I'm trying to think I can see. I'm trying to think for the actual Broadway versus the movie. The movie is very much like, oh, there's a few, there's a few key things there. It's like, oh, be yourself, embrace all of your weirdness. If you're on the Elphaba side, you're going to be hated if you're different. A lot of those different things. There's triumph. There's real story. There's the hatred. There's redemption. That's going to be hopefully in part 2. We'll see. It's interesting. I would love to hear. I'd love to hear. Defying gravity. And just see me starting to fly around on my broom. A compilation of the Wizard of Oz. What is this? Oh my goodness. We need to sing along. What is this feeling? Fervid as a flame. Does it have a name? Loathing, unadulterated loathing. I love it. I'm more of a Michael in the Bathroom Theater guy. I'm not familiar. What is that? Good stuff, Sledge. Tisa, I just saw Stranger Things on Broadway. Highly recommend. Really? Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. I was wondering how the Broadway was for Stranger Things. I was like, it's kind of odd, but if it was good, then that's cool. I would love to see. I can't believe Broadway is so fun. It really is. Like it's I only saw one. It was The Temptations. My wife took me there, and the life and the time of The Temptations. Man, that was cool. That was a really good time. Um, so I just love to see more. So Sledge, man, Sledge is such a, Sledge has so much like history and knowledge and wisdom to share. He's pretty much done it all. Like Sledge, if you pretty much say anything, he's kind of like Joe actually. Like always has some sort of a story or a connection to it. It's really great actually. Um, yeah. So as now that we educated some of you folks, I think we could the Death Note musical soundtrack goes hard. Oh my goodness. Color says, okay, I'm hitting the like just for Anthony singing out and just Anthony singing alone. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Such as propaganda, what we were told. Oh yeah. I mean, oh yeah, the main plot of the, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but let's not have the animals speak, right? Or the animals are losing their speech over time, depending on what you're looking at. Um, how I mean, I don't know, am I really spoiling it? Wizards like the government, and smoke and mirrors and lying to you and all those different things. It's yeah, I mean, that's huge, and like, they'll come in with open arms, but it's that's the most dangerous thing, as an old quote. So propaganda, I like it. You're not being told the whole story. Filmo, we saw The Lion King on Broadway. My life remains unchanged. Maybe I'll check out this She-Hulk thing. And Filmo, you absolutely love to hate everything. You don't love to, you know, you're not with the arts. You're not with the art community. The art community. It's okay to, Filmo, it's a typical textbook thing, hate what you don't understand. And I get it. I understand, but it just seems like you hate so much, it's entirely rage bait, and I'm starting to get a little bit upset. Um, by the time the next season of Stranger Things starts, those kids will be 40. No, legit. Yeah, legit. I'm excited. Isn't it? When is Stranger Things? Isn't it like next month? Or isn't that also next month with Wicked? When does season 5 come out? Hello? Season 5 release date? Is it not yeah, it's November 26th. Wait, hold on. So okay, so Stranger Things November 26th. Let's duplicate. And then Wicked Part 2 for good. Release date. November 21st. Oh, that's going to be a good week. That's going to be a good week, baby. We're going to have Wicked. We're going to have Stranger Things. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a good week. Gambling, booze, and women of the night only for Filmo. Yes, gambling, booze, and women of the night only for Filmo. Filmo is a hater for all things not degenerate. That is actually a perfect description. If it's not degenerate, Filmo will hate on it. Wicked is the CSR of Broadway. Oh no. That's terrible. How could you can't even say that, man. You can't even say that. Wicked's literally like one of the most iconic, Broadway films. Like one of the ones that people really they really look to. Like if you ever talk to anybody who's into Broadway or getting into that, it's Wicked's like the model, for a lot of not everything, but Les Miserables and all those ones. It's big. It's big, okay? And I like to think I'm a connoisseur now that, my wife has taught me all about it. So yeah, who is going to the meetup? Seth has a good question. Who's going to the meetup? I'd like to hear, because we don't know. Some people are estimating 50, 60 people, so we'll see. Life Servers, what model of the Sony did he get? It's the ZVE10. ZVE10. Calder says, Film, I hate to say it, but you're completely right about Wicked CSR. Calder, you don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Unless you like the CSR, then maybe you do know what you're talking about. But that's just not right. I've watched Wicked like 6 times. Okay, I think I've watched Wicked more than anything else, other than Catch Me If You Can. Kirby, Wicked is just Wizard of Oz fan fiction. Come on, come on, Kirby, fan fiction. Come on, man. Maybe a little bit. I mean, especially when Fierro's on the screen, when he's on the screen, he's just like, freaking, maybe. Maybe he can turn you. Maybe Fiero can turn you. 2026 meetup in Krakow. What? What is Krakow? Poland? What's there to do there, Kirby? Oh, wow, that does look pretty nice. The salt mine. Never thought about going to Poland. I feel like I would like their food, though. Anything high fat. Boxer, I just caught up on Stranger Things last night, and I'm ready for 5 to start. Yeah, I'm excited. 1 month. 1 month. That's actually what Wicked is. Started as fan fiction. Come on. Oh, actually, you're right, Kirby. That's right. Damn, I'm being educated by Kirby. That's right. I forgot. I think she told me that. She's like, yeah, the fan, and then it grew from there. Yeah. Oh, that's right. The original book was a lot more. The book of Wicked was way more explicit, right? There was a lot actually like sexual scenes and stuff like that, and then they made the Broadway adaptation to kind of fit a PG audience. But you're right. Yeah, the original one back in I don't know if it was like the late 90s or early 2000s, but like yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's so true. I forgot about that. Kirby, why you don't Kirby on Wednesday? Let's bring up Wicked. We'll talk about Wicked. Seth, I'll be at the meetup, Anthony, and give you the sauce on a couple hidden great redemptions. And Seth, definitely let me know. Come up and let me know. Definitely remind me. I would like to hear about that. Wigan can be great with some grass. Come on. Legal in Cali. I mean, it is a crazy thing to watch if you are high, for sure, I would imagine. Funny thing is, with Stranger Things, I was giving people crap for watching a kid show. Well, I was wrong. Oh, it's scary. First season, man. I remember being like 2 a.m., looking around like, are they outside my window? What's going on? Wicked and CSR are both high quality and straightforward, meant to be enjoyed by a large audience of people. Thank you, Colt. Yeah, that means a lot. That means a lot. But I'm 100% with Sledge there and saying that it's propaganda, man. Learn about propaganda. Absolutely. Okay, what do we have here? I missed a few things. Okay, we stopped here at Thirsty. And Hal said, hey, Anthony, the new Dynamics Platinum is just amazing. Already got so much value, way more than 695. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a way better card. I think it's a way better card for sure. Jen says, I don't know, just take your card with you in the future, problem solved. Yeah, I mean, he was just suggesting, like, if I get rid of it, cancel it. Is that going to be an issue? I'm just saying it's, not. I don't think. What do you think of Dynamics Arena? I think 250, 3x gas. I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know what they do. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but I just think, I don't know if they do anything, to be honest, but I would be interested. No real predictions. All Dynamics flat 2-point card is a business card. Would be nice to see on the green. Yeah, I hear that. Boxy, Anthony, when you hit 20K subs, you should get a haircut like Chad. I've been looking at ways to, I've been talking to Cesar Joel, and we've been discussing hairstyles, like better hairstyles for each other. So, yeah, I mean, it would be nice if I could change my hairstyle to Chad's. I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh, I forgot. I don't have a bald. Damn, I was about to get up. I forgot. I have Joe hair. I need to get a bald cap. To start wearing that on a few streams. Kirby, what's going on, Doc? What's popping, Mr. Doc? Kevin, I think that's a good guest. Been through 5 Hilton Grand Vacation presentation over the past few years. LOL, easy money all day. Literally all day. Doc says Chad has the best haircut on Credit Card YouTube. Yep, absolutely. Seth, you live in Florida. Was there a lawsuit against McDonald's that the Monopoly game was rigged a few years ago? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't remember hearing about that, but I was playing that game. Sledge says, I tell them that I only wanted the gift. That's it. Yeah, Sledge has always said, just give me the points. I don't care, whatever. And then, usually they're fine. They just move on and stuff like that. Would you recommend the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the MX Blue Cash every day? I mean, Tristan, as I know you from these chats, I think you're more of a points person. So I'd probably just tell you go Freedom Unlimited and, earn otherwise. There's really nothing special in the Blue Cash every day, other than, getting your Disney bundle covered, at least half covered or whatever, depending on which plan you have. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, just get the points, even if you sacrifice some points, or if you get the Sapphire Preferred, you can get a nice, restaurant card, or if you're doing the online grocery hack, then good 3X groceries, problem solved. But, 1.5, could be pretty powerful. It just depends, I almost exclusively just want to earn points, honestly, for eventual future, travels. Michael Wilkes says, apparently Marriott is saying I'm on the blacklist after doing 3 virtual timeshares in an 18-month span. Yeah, Marriott's the one that definitely has a little bit more. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with them as much. They're more stringent. Like, they'll have income caps or more stringent on time frames and stuff like that. So yeah, they definitely I wouldn't be surprised if you're on the blacklist now, but I also wouldn't be surprised if you can get around that. I know their team definitely goes a little harder than the other ones, but I bet you can get another one done. T said they'll be at the PR meetup. I'll give you the sauce. Oh yeah. You told me that. Boxer, yes sir, that was me. I called him and his stupid haircut out on copying you. His response was, "Thanks for the feedback." Boxer, you're crazy, man. I salute you. I appreciate you. But that's that's crazy. That's funny. Emerald green. Yeah, that'd be cool. If we get an Amex green, yeah, a glow in the dark. Yeah, glow in the dark. That's never mind. I won't say anything, but glow in the dark would be nice, for sure. Yeah, if we have some special stuff. Philmo says, I went to a Korean farmers market today. That's where, did you really? That's where you got the cupcake, the Korean farmers market? That seems interesting, actually. Jordy says, does Amex really check on BBB users that they're using the card for business purposes? I want to get it for personal. No, I mean, nobody checks that. There's never been an issue with that. For business cards, you just put it on, just use the card. Doesn't matter if it's business or personal. That was a thing that people used to say many years ago on credit card YouTube. Be like, oh, make sure it's personal. Make sure it's business, not personal. There's no issues with that. They don't check that. They don't have an issue with that. And how would they know really what is and what's not? There's so many different businesses out in the world. Like, how could you ever figure out what is a business expense and what's not? You could be like, oh, well, groceries can't be. Well, like, okay, what if I'm catering? What if I'm a catering business, or what if I'm catering for my office or something like that? You never know. So yeah, there's no issues with that. The only issue is like at the end of the year, if it makes taxes easier, for the people that do credit card statements still, which I don't know why. Honestly, the AI accounting software is so much better. But anyway, Kirby says, I'm thirsty for Park Hyatt Kyoto availability next July. Hear that? I know you're trying to get that for sure. Your best bet is probably going to end up being, 2 days out to 1 month out. I think you'll be able to check then. Let's see. I hope you get it. Sour Patch Watermelon is top tier movie theater food all day. I used to love, when I was in Staten Island, we used to get, they had like these pretzel bites and they were nice. And then obviously they had like nachos, and then the popcorn was good. Went to an AMC like once or twice. They had like nice macaroni and cheese and a few different things. Never feel amazing afterwards, but I mean, it's good stuff while you're just hanging out watching a movie. Man, I want to go see a movie now. 75. Yeah, definitely good welcome offers. Did you find that? Wait, there's a Wicked Part 2. Yep. Yeah, we talking about that. Cool. We went through the Wicked talk. Cool. Awesome. Do you have the Blue Cash every day? No, I don't, Tristan. Don't need that at the moment in my life. But 5 hours, Bill needs a nap during Lady and the Tramp. Yeah, I hear that. Okay. What am I missing here? Speaking of Stranger Things, someone at my receiver I was at the other day looked like Henry Creel before he turned to Vecna. Oh, geez. Vecna, I hate that. I hate that one. Vecna's very scary. We all know that a Shrek Broadway musical would be best. Do we not have one? Is that something we don't have? Because that's messed up. I feel like we need that. Absolutely. W40, hater of all things non-degenerate, next month. Who's going to be at the meetup? Sony. Can you look up? I think we actually did that. Didn't we do that last time, Kevin? I think we looked at that hotel. It was a nice one. That's what a Wicked is. Started as a fan fiction. Oh my god, how many things did I like? I went through a lot. Anthony V. QC man, Anthony V to organize the 2026 meetup in Staten Island at the Fresh Kills landfill. All right, you're coming at my place of birth, which is not nice. It's not a nice thing to come at my place of birth with one of the largest landfills. I mean, come on, QC man, what's the deal here? But yeah, I mean, if we It would be nice to organize, a Staten Island meetup one day, but so what would you do? Like that's the main issue. Is I don't even know. I mean, we have a mall. I could show you the ferry. I could show you a really nice lookout overlooking the Verrazano Bridge. I could show you a really wealthy neighborhood called Toad Hill with like $5 to $15 million houses. But other than that, I don't know. I could show you where I used to like practice with students in driving school. that's that's about it. Um, but yes, I mean it would be nice. Yeah, there was some talk about the possibility of Anthony maybe organizing something next for the next meetup. I don't know. I would like to host one. It's just like, is there a place cool enough, fun enough, and interesting enough that I know well enough that that would make sense. And I almost feel like, oh, maybe everyone wants to just go bigger and better. Like after Puerto Rico, are we going abroad or something like that? I don't know. I don't know. There was some talks of like, oh, I've been to Nashville a bunch of times. I know it very well. Maybe that's a place. I know there's like, we can go to the Grand Ole Opry. There's hotels that are right near the main strip. It's really not dangerous there. There's a bar that I know of that we can all hang out on like the third and fourth floor, and there'll be nobody else there. They got Nissan Stadium. They have the Country Music Hall of Fame. We have the Ryman Theater. There's like Nissan Stadium. There's so many different things to do there. Maybe that could be a meetup spot, but I just don't know if that's like grand enough or nice enough. It's not like a Puerto Rico, so not sure. Boxer says check out the show from. Hopefully this will come up. From show. What is this? Oh, I know that guy. What is this show? This show is bad, right? The acting is terrible. The acting is terrible. Not a single likable character. What's the deal with this? This is a harsh take. To each their own. It's not for you. Mystery shows. What's the deal with From? I know this guy. I've seen him in movies before, I think. I'll be at the meetup, but I'm taking it. Yeah, Sledge is actually, if anybody is interested, limited seats, but he's taking a helicopter from Miami over to Puerto Rico. So that's going to be sick. I can't wait to see you go live from up there. Can you imagine? That'd be crazy. It'd be actually good. If we could have a StubHub credit, then maybe. It might. You never know. It actually might. Cat's Broadway show, on the other hand, oh, that wasn't good, right? That was a little weird. Am I right? Was that weird? Rodney the second was popping. Rodney, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. He said, what are some of the destinations on your bucket list that you're hoping to cross off after your current slate of trips? I hate to say it, but as much as I am in this space and I love the travels and all these different things, I kind of just like wanted to speed run and hit all the ones I ever really cared about. So like I always wanted to go Italy. She always wanted to go to Greece. Japan, she's always wanted to go to. And I always like lifelong bucket list. Like the only place I actually truly ever wanted to go to is China and Taiwan. I I could be crazy, but honestly, after that, there's probably a Germany that I want, probably Germany, maybe something like that in those areas. Probably a Turkey would be really cool, but like I have to go. Definitely like Taiwan, China, and then I would like to go to Germany and those other places, but it's not like a yearning. Like I'm not yearning. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. So I don't know. I almost feel like I want to see. I want to do more. I don't know, America trips too. I want to go see more of America and a lot of places too. So I think Italy kind of opened my eyes to that. Like Greece was just so freaking magical, and then Italy was like kind of like it was like I don't know, being in America. It wasn't really that different. It didn't feel like some of these places aren't really that different, I guess. Depending where you go, obviously that's like the most touristy place. But I don't know. I'm a little bit. But I don't know. It's tough because like I love the points of miles game because if I want to go do a road trip, a beach trip with her, we can go do it on points of miles or a Hilton timeshare. If we want to go to Greece again, I would love to go back to Greece, to be honest. But it's like not that many. Like I'm not one. I don't think I'm ever going to be one of those people like like who was I listening? I was listening to Chad's video. And he was talking about he was at a meetup and he was saying there was people there that are like celebrating their 100th country that they went to. I don't think I'm not going to be that person. I don't think I'm ever going to be that person that's like excited to go to 100 different countries. I think most places I'm just like not interested in going to, or it'll just be too much work for what it's worth. I think I'll be a guy that's like 10 countries in like 2 year span, and then like let's go road trip around the US. I think that's more probably my lifestyle. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, what changes. But um, so far we're like 4 in or whatever, 5 in or something like that. But like actually being in a place 3 in, um, or three, yeah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4 in, yeah, four countries we hung out in. Um, I guess yeah, with layovers like 6, but I don't know, you can't really count that, but 400. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be somebody that's like, oh, I have to go. But I think if I can go to Taiwan and China, like that's a dream, honestly, and then I'd probably be good. If we just hit up Japan, Taiwan, China, maybe go to Germany, I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be fine, like for like many years, to be honest. I don't have that many aspirations. I was just like, these are the core things. That's why I'm going so hard. Hit them up, and that's about it. Kirby says, what should we discuss on our live Wednesday? So Kirby went to the Virgin Islands. I want to hear about that. I want to hear about life has changed since he's moved. I want to hear about his welcome offers. I want to hear about YouTube and how that's been going for him. I want to hear a lot of different things from Kirby. What do you guys want to hear from me and Kirby talk about on Wednesday? I'm ready to cancel my Blue Cash every day for other Amex credit cards. I hear that. I don't really care for that card, so I'm with you there. I kept saying I'm going to do it, but it's these. Okay, wait, isn't Hilton Grand Vacation the only one that pushed that timeshare? Um, I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess there are one of the few that are like really marketing a lot. So I said, how profitable is it for these hotels? Oh, insanely profitable. I mean, to give you 100,000 points or 50,000 points and like a pay a few $100s, get like a 4 day trip. But to get back, like I was in that room with people that were like, oh, they're not going to get me, and I see them signing over like $15,000 for their timeshare package, and they had some packages up to $100,000. Like these people going to timeshares, they're frequently like, it's very rare to have people in a timeshare that are like my age. Like it's very rare. So it's like all the people are like over. I mean, you have some people 20s, 30s, 40s, but like a lot of times 60s, even 70s. Like I remember one guy got closed. He was probably late 70s, and they got closed on like a who knows what deal. So they make a lot. Yeah, it's insanely profitable, and they'll tell you like, oh, we don't need to do this. I'm like, they make a lot. And they make so much that they're able to renovate all of their Grand Vacations like every 2 years, like all of their club properties like every 2 years. It's kind of crazy. IHG has been the most pushy for me, followed by HGV. I think Sledge has said that. I think Sledge has said IHG has been like that. Proceeds to get audited by Amex offer after making a purchase from Adam and Eve. Oh my god. Adam and Eve purchase, baby. I love it. Background balloon. Back QC man likes that. So just, I use my business cards for business because I just like to keep it complete. Yeah, exactly. Especially for the cards that I have in my LLC. Yeah, if you just like to keep everything organized all day. I actually finally, friggin' after years, well, yeah, for years, I finally have an LLC. Finally. It took me forever. But I was like, all right, now I actually found a use case for it. Now I need to do one for the YouTube channel, but I did one because I'm now starting to get into the process of wanting to buy some rental properties, man, some rental properties. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to have them under an LLC. It's just smarter to do that. Because I talked to some lenders and found some ways to get these things done. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me file an LLC. Bam, got it. Took a day. It's like $120, nothing. And now I'm starting to get in the process of looking at some properties that hopefully we can get and start renting out and renovate a little bit. Want to get into that whole game. It's going to be very fun, I think. So yeah, just reminded me the LLC stuff. Hi from Kyoto. Very nice, Ritpa. Congrats, man. Enjoy it out there. Have a really good time. Make a lot of memories. Be very happy while you're there. Kill it. Love to hear it. Sal says, what do you think is going to happen with the Barclays AA cards, especially the Aviator Silver? It seems that City will need to create a mid-tier card now. Wonder if it'll include Admiral Club Day passes. Interesting. That's tough to say, man. Because and I'm actually wondering myself, because like now that you no longer can apply for the Aviator Red card, I'm assuming the silver as well, just the Aviator collection. I'm assuming is down. I have the red aviator card, so I'm wondering if it will convert over to maybe a city, maybe its own city platinum or a city, whatever, city, I don't know, whatever the lower tiers are called, AA cards. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Um, it's odd we haven't seen that yet with Alaska and Hawaiian. I don't know if you guys have seen, but the Hawaiian card has a new offer. Is this the one? Let me see. 404. Nice. No, that's not the correct one. Hawaiian card. Yeah, it's 80,000, but it's earning Alaska miles. Is this the one? Yeah. So they've now upped the bonus to 80,000, and now you're earning Alaska airline miles. And so it's still a thing. Like, it's still up, We thought it was going to merge and then maybe reissued, and it's going to be an Atmos card, but no, we still have a Hawaiian card you could apply for. And also, if you want to get this deal, just type in promo code 000,000. And so I'm also wondering, I'm like, what's the language here that states, you may not be eligible to offer previously had an account with us in this program. So does this program mean Atmos? And does it mean earned by the Hawaiian card, which means nobody would have gotten that yet because nobody got the Hawaiian card for Atmos? I don't know. I'm assuming it means like if you ever got a Hawaiian card or I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a gray area there because I have the Hawaiian card. I'm like, can I apply for another one and get 80,000? Something interesting nonetheless. I'm not sure what to think on it though just yet. T says for 2026, Meetup should be in a spot where there's a lot of options for FHR or points bookable properties. Yeah, I mean, Nashville would be cool with that. I mean, I know there's nice FHR properties out there that aren't. I mean, there's some expensive ones, but some that aren't. Some have really nice views, rooftop bar and all that. So that'd be cool. That would be cool. The acting's great. They're going to end up being converted to City. Probably only going to be $99 annual fee card. I doubt they make an additional mid fee card unless they raise the price of a low fee card like United. Yeah, I don't know. I think the conventional thought is, it'll be converted to City, but haven't seen it with Hawaiian yet. I'm like, I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder. Hello, mate. What's going on, Cody? What's popping, man? Thanks for being here. Background says, a meetup in Nashville would low-key be fire. Get Morgan Wallen to host. Yeah, we'll call up Morgan Wallen. Trying to think of what that bar is. It's like midway down on the right. It's 4 floors. That's the one you can go in where there won't be any video. We probably could do a meetup right there in that bar area, and we could talk and have a good time. And it's not like in the crowd. I know Nashville very well. So it's like it could be a place, like if I wanted to host, it could. I just don't know if it's like that nice of a place to do it at. Like, I don't know if there's better places. And also I'm also like, personally not super about like, crazy music and all that. Some people are. I'm just like, I've been there so many times. China, Taiwan. Are you trying to say Taiwan doesn't exist? Do you not, ni Taiwan de Lima? Do you not support Taiwan's independence? Seriously, same thought. Train of thought right now at City. How about Iowa by Dugrass? Somewhere very remote to give everyone an adventure. Yeah. We should just make it so that you have to fly into an airport that's like 3 hours away, and then you have to drive, very far to get there. All rental cars. That would be funny. I would love it if Dugrass ever did a meetup. In 2026 meetup will be November in Buffalo. Bring your coat. Yeah, it's just freezing. Oh God, Mao Zedong is rolling in his grave. Venture about to get targeted by President Xi. President Xi. Oh man. Yeah, Mao. Yeah, Mao wouldn't like me coming over there. They wouldn't like me coming over there and, saying Taiwan and China, instead of just saying China. So, yeah, I hear you there. Forget it. Kirby, the more I leave the country, the more I want to stay in America. That's kind of how I felt in Italy, man. I hate to say it, but that's kind of how I felt. It's just like a lot of stress to go through all of it. And like, for Greece, it was worth it. But I've also like all my best memories were all in America. It's like going to like Salem, going to Boston or going to like I don't know, just little northern areas like Tarrytown, New York. Like, I don't know, little towns, man. We always had the best times there. I was slightly surprised that he approved me, but then again, I have a few different accounts with them for so long. So yeah, I'm looking to see on Wednesday, maybe before Kirby's live. I'm going to try to apply for another apply for another city platinum card to double dip. That'll be interesting to see. I want to go to Bhutan on points and miles. Really? What's going on there? City approves, capital one won't. Background balloon says, Kirby, you should talk about your thoughts on NorCal. If I recall correctly, you mentioned some of your vids that you were somewhere in SoCal. Interesting. I didn't know Venture used to be a driving instructor. What was changing? what was changing from that to real estate? Like that is funny. Let me think. I mean, there are some crossovers. Well, let's just say the driving teaching job actually got me prepared for real estate and for YouTube, oddly enough. Like you never know what jobs you have will prepare you for the future. But like being a driving teacher in New York, you have to be able to um be able to be good with anybody that comes in the car. No matter what. People you're gonna drive with everybody in New York, obviously melting pot. We've had like I've driven with every country of a person, like a person from a country. I've driven with somebody from that country. Like most countries you can think of, I've driven with somebody from that country. So every time they get in the car, it's always a new story. It's a new personality. It's a new type of thought process, a new way of talking. Maybe there's accent, or maybe there's broken English, or maybe everything's perfect, and it's just, everyone's a little bit different. So it gets you really good at just being able to blend with no matter who, steps into that car, and making them feel comfortable first and foremost. That was kind of like where my love of language learning kind of came in, because it was like anybody that came in the car, I eventually, after talking to enough of them, could at least say one to a few words in whatever language they were. They spoke, because I would ask them. And then the next time I would have someone from that country or region come in, I would say those same words, and they would be like, oh, I feel comfortable now. Let's learn how to drive. Because if they're uneasy and nervous, then it's not going to go well. But if they're calm and they feel comfortable with me, then the driving instruction will be a lot easier. But if they're just nervous, they don't. Because I would see some driving teachers, they would be like, oh yeah, they don't speak any English at all. I used to teach people that spoke zero English, nothing, like not even high. And it was fine. You learn how to use your hands and stuff like that. So you have to be okay, like with dealing with all that. So that was the one thing. It got me, and not just that, but even just personalities of people who are from here, from America and stuff like that. You'd have to deal with kids who are 16 and adults who are in their 70s who've been driving forever, and you're just 21-year-old kid. What do you know about driving? But I mean, I know how to get you to pass, and that's the golden ticket. And so I was the Willy Wonka. No, I'm kidding. So I don't know. That got me prepared for that. I also had a job in the driving school where I used to teach a class. It was basically like this. It was a Zoom with like 30 plus people, and I would teach them basically everything from starting a car to passing the road test and everything in between. It was a 5-hour class, and I would teach it for 5 hours straight. So like these, I've been live for almost 2 hours. This is like not even half the class, So it got me really prepared on speaking on camera, speaking to audiences, driving with the people who were asking questions, and then in the car dealing with people. So like when I got to YouTube, I was like, okay, I've spoken to Zoom cameras, I've spoken to large audiences, so I already have a leg up on this. And then in real estate, of course, I'm dealing with people of everywhere who are coming here or moving here or living here. So it's just, you get a lot better of just your people skills and making people feel comfortable with you. And real estate people, we're a leg up from salesmen, but people are like, oh, I hate salesmen. Real estate's above that, like always a real estate agent. But if I can make you feel comfortable, maybe we could do business together. That's the main thing. That's always been my MO. So Yeah, it's kind of a stark difference, but the skills you learn from everything move on to the next thing. But definitely stark difference. It's an interesting question. Thanks for asking. I want that card so bad, but I applied for more than 5 cards this year. Ain't no way I'll be approved for that. Which one then? You talking about the Hawaiian? Well, I mean, if you're just talking about coveting your 524, sure. But I mean, you can get approved for that, even if you probably gonna be fine. After Alaska Airlines disappearing from Amex transfer list, I don't have a real transfer partner going out from Phoenix. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Dollar Man, meet up in Hawaii. Yeah, so that's also we've thought about that without actually asking Chase, but in the background, without talking to Chase, we were like, oh, I wonder if Chase would host to Hawaii. That'd be interesting. I could see that realistically, to be honest. I think it's a place that a lot of people can get to. It's just, it's not a lot of amazing redemptions from there. You gotta go. I really gotta positioning flight to the West Coast. Nashville would be kind of cool. All right, we'll talk about it. Maybe we can make it happen. Orlando, tons of options. I could see Orlando. I mean, that would be sick. I would just do my timeshare and that would be covered. I have one pending in Orlando right now. I could just decide a date. I would just drive down. That would be freaking easiest thing for me. Yeah, I mean, hang out on iDrive, go to Epcot, go to Disney. I would love to have, me, Kirby, Sledge, Dollar Man, Seth. I mean, if we can all go down the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and Disney in Florida, that'd be sick. But yeah, hotels wise and cheap flights, stuff like that. Just got to credit one ad. Damn, unbelievable. It's Kirby. You're gonna get me killed, man. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh is gonna start a beef with a credit card YouTube after the stream. Yeah, listen, I can't talk our way out of that one. That's gonna be a problem. What was wrong with Italy? I mean, it was great. It's just the certain parts that I went to, it was just left some stuff to be desired. I mean, some people said my expectations was off. I don't think so. I don't really think I had many expectations. I was like, oh, let's just go hang around, see what's going on. It was just, I don't know, a little bit overpriced in certain areas for food that wasn't really worth it. The northern areas, obviously, those are places to just hang out and really do nothing. I planned for too much time in those areas, but once we got to Florence, it was golden. Like if it was just Florence for the entire trip, yeah, Italy is amazing. So we will go back to Italy one day, I'm sure, and I will just go straight to Florence and hang out there because Florence was great. I love the food there. Well worth it. Prices were good. Hotel was amazing. The people were great. Florence was everything we kind of hoped for Italy. And we had our super immersive experience, like a little town on the side of a mountain in Lake Garda, and it was okay. It was nothing crazy. Really, we had some nice magical nights as well there, but overall, it was just kind of it was very long, very strenuous, and for the payoff on most areas other than Florence, just wasn't really there. Even Rome, Colosseum, you spend an hour. It's cool. I liked filming in front. Vatican, it's kind of a waste. It leaves a lot to be desired. But like I said a million times, Florence is all day. That's the place to go. If I could skip everything else and go straight there, that's it. That's it for me. But when I'm in those other areas, I can enjoy it. I can understand it. But I'm also I could have just stayed home or went to a beach town over here. It would have had probably equal amount of happiness, I think, given those other certain areas. But I think it was prices on things. I think it was the lack there of flavor. I think it was all that kind of like Greece. I was so excited. Greece was cheap food and the best food I ever had. Everything I looked forward to there. And it felt foreign. It felt like it had soul. It felt like it had different culture. It felt foreign to me. Italy just felt like I was back in New York, honestly, in most cases. But yeah. Anthony, where in the US do you want to see that you haven't been? Actually, for some reason, I really want to see Mount Rushmore. I've always wanted to go see that. I think that would be fun. I would like to go there. That would be a good time. We want to go back up to Maine. We're gonna do a Maine trip probably next summer. So not back up, but we've never been there. But she's always wanted to go to Maine, just basically the whole Northeast area again. We've had some of our best growing up or growing together memories in the Northeast, so it's always very nostalgic for us. So I'd like to go there. Possibly some other areas in Florida, Texas. Maybe one day we'll like to go there, see what's happening. Maybe one day, be like Daniel Braun, go to Napa Valley. I think that might be interesting in California. Maybe Bohemian Grove. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I don't know. I think it would be cool. I think we could probably find some little things all around, but I would say Northeast for sure, a little bit more south, maybe even a little bit more west. And, I think that would be interesting. And I think that would be fun. Outside of that, I think I actually would really love to do. So when I say actually domestic stuff, I also kind of mean Caribbean stuff. So Puerto Rico would be cool. I would like to go to St. Lucia as well. Some of those places I think might be really fun to go to. Maybe one of these days, maybe Cabo, but I'm probably not. It's probably too expensive. But yeah, video idea: creators and cars getting cards. AV drives us around and helps us get AA cards. Yeah, well, we can do that, or we could do a creators and cars getting cards. We can using all of our credits. Like if we have the Amex Gold card, let's go to Dunkin'. Let's go to a Resi place. Use our Platinum as well. We could just go to all the places with the credits. We'll go to Lululemon, try on pants together. We'll go to Saks. We'll try on some clothes. That'll be a fun time. So yeah. Antique says I'm a flight instructor and I feel half my job is being cheerleader all day. Yeah, all day. It's I don't obviously you're in the air. I'm on the ground. It's a little bit different there, but I think the sentiment remains. It's like being calm is above everything else. Because you'll have the worst driver in the world who will crash into things, and you'll have the best driver who doesn't need you. But if the calm factor is the most important thing. If the AC is on hot, cold enough so that they're cool, calm, and collected, things just go a lot easier. So that's what I've always optimized for. That's how my wife and I met. We're the same age, but she was a student. And one thing that she always appreciated about me was that she felt comfortable from the moment she got in the car. So that's that's kind of like the trademark. So yeah. Yeah, you have way more guts than me. Zero way I'd be teaching anyone while in the air. Boxer does not fly well. Jeez. Yeah, man, that's a crazy job, Antique. That's a real crazy job. That's why you have the jet. Do you teach those private jets or what's the deal? Scottsdale in August? LOL. I mean, we're going to all have heat stroke. Jeez. Credit one ad, maybe it's a sign. No. Life said you should have came with me to Italy. Would have yes, and yeah, I know we've emailed back and forth, and you told me some short sites and some things I could have done better. For sure, I always could have done things better. Yeah, I agree, and I hate to say it because it's the overall sentiment in my mind. We did have really amazing moments. We were even talking about this morning. She was like, "Yeah, I remember that time when we were in Lake Garda and it was raining heavy and we were eating our breakfast overlooking the largest lake in Italy. That was nice." The times where I was having a whole conversation in Italian, mostly in Italian, and understanding it. That was so freaking fun driving into Rome that time, or haggling with the taxi drivers in Italian to get me a bigger discount. Those are fun. Learning the train system, traversing the whole entire country. Overlooking Lake Como, or having just a sandwich from Conan and Jordan. Jordan Schlansky and Conan when they went to Italy and they went to that one place that they got their prosciutto crudo e mozzarella, a very good panino, very very good, and eat that and it's great. That's and just looking and overlooking the Duomo, amazing moments. And we did have some amazing times, or even the Hyatt Hotel in Florence where we opened our window and the guy singing Ave Maria, like great little memories that we remember. That's good times for sure. Highly suggest Moab, Utah, especially if you're an outdoors person. I don't think I'm really an outdoors person, but I think Utah would be nice. We were also thinking maybe a ski resort for this for the next meetup or something. We were just talking maybe Calby stayed at a Hyatt in Utah one. It was, I don't know, somewhere in Utah, and it was snowing and it's a ski lodge and you have the fireplace. It's nice. Maybe that could be a thing one day. That would be interesting. QC, what's your Mount Rushmore of credit cards? It's actually kind of funny you say that because I might actually have something for you. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. So you said, let me see. I wonder if I should. I wonder if I should break the fourth wall. Here, maybe. How about this? So you guys know I've been going to DeVry for thumbnails. I've been improving my thumbnail game. I went to DeVry AI, and so here's pulling back the curtain of how you actually do that. Sometimes I'll just go through for hours and hours, and I'll just continue, using my AI skills and trying to make different thumbnails. And yes, I do have a Mount Rushmore style one somewhere around here. Let's see, and you can see how many different iterations that there are for these cards. I've tried everything. This is kind of like a Mount Rushmore. If I can click on this, can I expand it? No, I'm not sure. I can't expand it, but yeah, you can kind of see the thing with the heads. I thought there was another one though. Is there not another one? So many prompts, so many millions of prompts, but yeah, that's I don't know. But if I actually have to answer the question, Mount Rushmore of credit cards, I mean, that's tough. Mount Rushmore of credit cards. So just four, right? Oh man. I man, I have to think on it. I mean, I think just if we're talking generally, no, what's my Mount Rushmore of cards? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I have to think about it, I think the Sapphire Reserve has to be up there for just what it did for credit cards in general and credit card YouTube as a whole. I think that's got to be up there for sure as like a monumentally special card. I want to say the Platinum 2 just because of everything it represents and how many people it actually has drawn into the space and just I don't know, its notoriety. I feel like those two are definitely up there in like notoriety. I feel like in terms of like impacts in how being revolutionary, probably the built card maybe. I think the built card can be pretty revolutionary, especially all of us who have been killing it with the rent, and then next year for mortgage payments. Like that's going to be revolutionary, earning a lot of points. Going to be very fun. So I'm really excited for all of that. So we'll see. And now I have my phone here. I got somebody from the live chat messaging me. Let me see. Maybe we have to show this live. But yeah, I don't know. What else would there be on the Mount Rushmore? I think those three. What's like the fourth card that's like really changed, or just like a great Mount Rushmore card? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like actual special cards. Huh. Hard to say. Maybe Ritz. I don't know. Maybe not Ritz. Maybe Aspire. I don't know. What do you guys think? I can't really come up with anything at the moment. Chris says, we'll need to do a Caribbean trip, Anthony. So nice. That'd be fun. Yeah, that actually would be very fun. Absolutely. Oh, okay. I share. I love having my phone here now. Because now I can actually like text while I'm. Oh, yeah. Just sent a few pics of Utah. All right. He says, yeah, I don't care. Boxer wanted me to show. Here's Utah. Let's see some of these beautiful pictures. Damn, you took these pictures? It's like AI. Very, very nice. Very nice pictures of Utah. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Calvi showed me some pictures and stuff, like all the big mountains and snow and stuff. Very cool. City Custom Cash or Bank of America Customized Cash. The luxury gold card, absolutely. Bank of America was the first card ever. Was it really? The Bank of America. I think, yeah, maybe you're right. That's pretty interesting. Maybe that's got to be up there for sure. The real ones didn't come through with it. Damn. Oh, damn. Dang. Film on skis, danger. Unreal. Unbelievable. But cool, man. I think we had a good time. It's funny. Every time I end the stream, I have to say I have to pick my wife up, and it's like 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's actually that's still true. I have to go pick my wife up. So I think we'll end it here. Cool, a little over 2 hours for my 15-minute rant on Amex helping me out with the points. And if you're ever in that situation, reminder for everybody: if you got to get some Amazon, get some gifts. Obviously, I get nothing out of this, just letting you know. Christmas gifts, get your 50% thing. Go on Points Guy, Amazon Amex partnership. Go down here to say check here, enroll your Amex points and enroll it on Amazon so you're eligible for that offer, and see if you can get. We had somebody live, Smart Think, got $80 off on his purchase while we were live. Absolutely, definitely something to do. Mike Newland for the membership. Thank you, sir, for gifting that. Dollar Man for being the newest member as well. Thank you for that. Jorge for the 5 spot, Polygraph for the 5, and the QC Man for the 2. Thank you all. Much love. Peace. Have a good one. Much love, kids. All right. Take care, everybody. Have fun. Enjoy. Be safe. I'll see you Wednesday with Kirby, baby. We'll have a good time.